Hi guys, happy Monday. Hello. How's everyone doing? I don't have too much time. Griff is napping right now. But I did want to hop on and talk about this because this is something I'm just super excited about. So as you guys are jumping on, say hi. Hey Casey. Say hi. Let me know you're here. Hit like or love. Let me know. Hey Crystal. All right, so let me see. I am going to share this to my hey guys. So I'm really excited to talk about this today, guys. Like, so excited. So I'll share it to a page. And how's your Monday going, guys? Hey, how's your Monday going? Griff is down for his nap. He'll probably wake up soon though. All right, so there we go. Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah? Is it breaking up? I hope it doesn't freeze or break up. I hate that. So I wanted, hey Carrie, I just wanted to talk to you guys, jump on and talk about this really quickly, because plus you I don't know. I have one and it's like, whoa, all the time. I don't even know how anyone of multiples or I don't even get it. So I just wanted to hop on really fast because when I made the switch to prove it, for quick background, I was, if you guys don't know, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, I was an online health and fitness coach with a different company. And after 2 years, it was pretty much 2 solid years of following a really awesome, like I love the workout programs. After following a container system, my husband and I had looked into the keto diet to break some plateaus because I had we were stuck at the same place, right? Always like up and down. I'd start a program, I'd finish it, I'd get like abs, and then I'd have a weekend of eating some stuff, and then I'd go right back, right? And so when we were looking at the ketogenic diet, right, we had started it. Hey, Kendra. We had started it, and it took us weeks, right? Weeks to figure it out, all this stuff, right? So then when we decided to, he had done all this research, right? He's a total science nerd, the whole deal, like researched everything. He brought up about the exogenous ketones, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, you don't need it though, right? And so I want to address this because this is something that it's so misunderstood because a lot of people are just really misinformed about the actual purpose of what these are, guys, because this is not like, I know we talk about it, and I know like when you see people talking about it, we talk about like they're magical, right? And when we talk about them being magical, we talk about them in the sense that like we feel amazing, right? Like we're getting our life back. Like I am a 36-year-old mom to just like one person, right? One tiny human. And I'm exhausted and I stay at home, right? Like I can't even imagine what life would be like with more than one or anything like this, right? So like there's totally they're so misunderstood and there's so much misinformation about the purpose of what they are. So first and foremost, I'm gonna start with this, right? Not one person is drinking this to use as a Band-Aid to eat like crap. No one's saying to drink this and then go poison yourself, hit up McDinks, go to Arby's, do all that, lay on the couch all day and eat donuts. Like that is not the point of this. And no one is going to tell you that that is why we are using these, guys, right? Like for the most part, the majority of people that are using and drinking them are drinking them to supplement and help with a low carb, high fat diet, right? So like, let me go back, right? Like I'm talking about like ketones and why you don't need them to get into ketosis. So like, how do you get into ketosis, right? Like how do you actually do that? And so the number one way is like obviously following a ketogenic diet. And so when people think about this, they say quick fix, it's really fast, like it's just a cover up, it's just a Band-Aid. Like that is not it. So when you guys talk about the ketogenic diet, right? Like if you guys actually were to do the research and do it, like no one, like it's hard to follow. And I'm not saying eating bacon and avocado and cheese is hard because honestly, guys, it's freaking amazing. It's absolutely awesome, right? But figuring out how to do the ketogenic diet and following it to a T to put yourself into ketosis is beyond difficult, okay? First of all, there are so many variations of the ketogenic diet. We have tried all of them. Talk back in April, way before we started this, right? Like you have you could just follow low carb, high fat. You could do something such as that's like 65, 70% fat. Some people can follow the ketogenic diet by like doing things with like even carb cycling for athletes. There are people that have to be like super, super high fat. There's so many different variations, and you have to do trial and error to see like how are you going to get how does your body respond, right? That can take, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's like don't do anything hard. Like that's not anything of what we're talking about, guys. Like following a ketogenic diet, cutting out carbs, going low carb, it is still really hard. It's still really difficult. There are still days that I wish that every night after Griff went to bed, like I could like pound an entire pint of Halo Top ice cream because I love it, right? It's not easy. It's still doing things hard. It's still changing a lifestyle, right? But to fully get into like ketosis and following a ketogenic diet, guys, like you have to be 100% perfect. 100% of the time. And to say that is are you kidding me? Like life happens. Like that is not the way that like we are meant to live, right? Like I'm not meant to live like being 100% perfect 100% of the time. And to figure out like how I'm being perfect, you need to track every single thing that you put into your body. Everything. And I know when we talk about tracking, we think like, oh, like it's not that hard. Yes, it is. And it's tedious. And you have to like count it down to every single thing that you eat, guys. Like every single thing that you eat, every type of meal that you make, every ingredient that you put into it. I'm talking garlic powder. I'm talking seasoning. You have to make sure that you have it down, like tracking it down to the smallest, tiniest thing to keep track of what you're eating, to figure out like how many carbs are you getting? How many grams of fat are you getting? How much protein you are getting, right? You have to track everything, and that can become really, really, really hard. And like this is not meant to cover up that crap, like not meant to cover up things, guys, but it's meant to make it easier and flexible so that you could follow a low carb diet or you could follow a keto diet and not have to focus on the tracking so much. So like, for example, if I, in another life, was following containers, right? And I was using colored containers, like we talked about, the colored containers are simply a really like applicable lifestyle way for doing like if it fits your macros. But it gives you flexibility because technically, like if I was putting chili and counting that as a red, there was beans and stuff in there, or there was other ingredients in there, it technically wouldn't be a full red, right? So it's technically not if it fits your macros, but it gives you the baseline for it, right? The outline for it, while letting you be a little bit flexible. It's not saying, here's a yellow, go shove all the chocolate candy in there, or go put a bag of Skittles in there, or pour a glass of wine into the purple container, right? Like it used to, right? It gives flexibility. This is exactly what the ketones do. They allow you to not have to track every single thing that you're putting into your body. So for example, like when Travis and I, like we were trying to follow the ketogenic diet, right? We were following it. We were trying to get ourselves into ketosis, which was really hard for us. Like we would put guacamole, and in our brains we're like, oh, that's blue. Well, like no, you actually have to like add in like that there's some onions in there and there's salsa in there, and that like guacamole and a handful of spinach put me over my carb intake for the day. Or that maybe I had a little bit too much protein or whatever it is, and that would put me over it, which would never allow me to get into ketosis. Whereas when I'm consuming the exogenous ketones, guys, like I'm able to still follow a very strict healthy diet, right? But not have to track and worry about like, did I eat too much? Like, did I eat too much protein, or did I? Oh, there was that little bit of onion, right? Oh, I'm going out to dinner tonight and I'm going to eat steak and I'm going to get asparagus. I'm going to get the butter and I'm going to get all the stuff that follows keto diet, but I don't know what they're cooking some of that stuff in. So maybe there's stuff in there that was going to knock me out, or I didn't measure my steak while I was sitting out at dinner, right? All things that are so easily done in everyday life that if you were following a ketogenic diet to get into ketosis strictly, like what you have to do, like those are all things that would knock you out of ketosis, right? And so when it takes sometimes, like everybody, like I said this in the past, like it takes, like everybody produces like ketone levels in their bodies at different rates. And so for some, like things can come really easy. For some, it can come hard. So like when Travis and I were following the ketogenic diet, like 3 weeks, I was perfect, guys. I was perfect. And I never got into ketosis. People were talking about the way they felt, but like I struggled to get into ketosis. So I started playing around with intermittent fasting, and I was doing 16-hour fasting windows. One day I did 20, whatever it is, and still was not able to do it. So let's say I was perfect and it took me 4 or 5 weeks to get into ketosis and figure it out, but then I had too much protein one day, or then I was eating fruit, or I had, and then not like a ton, guys, but like I ate like an apple, or, you know, I shared a pear with Griffin or something, right? I would get knocked out and I would have to start the process from the beginning. So again, like it's very difficult. And intermittent fasting, can I talk about that for a second? So like there's different ways you can get ketosis. Like following ketogenic diet is like the number, like that's like you have to do it, right? Number 2 is adding intermittent fasting. And so people have to have different fasting windows. So you have to try out different things. So like there are some people that in order to fast, they have to do like extreme intermittent fasting periods, whether it's they fast for 20 hours and then they only eat within a 4-hour window every day. And that's every day, guys. That's not like once in a while. That would be every single day. I just got the plus, and all of my things that hold it, guys, is meant for like the normal size phone. So if it like flares at me, it's because it's gonna pop out. I'm sorry. See, there we go. Real life. All right, so I'm just gonna hold it because I feel like it's gonna pop out. So if I'm moving, because I'm talking with my hands, and it's like what I like to do. Okay. So like there's people that have to do like intermittent fasting like that. Like that is like not always like easy. It's not always flexible. Like it's not life. Like it's still really difficult to do. And so this is where they come in. So like all of this is scientific, right? Like you have to be so scientific with it. I've talked to people that have friends who they have to go see their doctor weekly to get their blood tested to make sure that they're into ketosis, right? Because doctors are so behind the ketogenic diet and ketosis because of all of the benefits of being in ketosis. And guys, like, do your research. Like, I'm an advocate for do your research. Like, you have to do that on your own. Like, I am not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. Like, it takes all the stuff in the world. Like, you have to be able to do it yourself. But sorry, this is like weird holding this because I'm like trying to not make it like so you guys are like right in my face. So like there's a reason why people are following the ketogenic diet and getting into ketosis, but like the process to get there is extremely difficult for, I would say, about 85 to 90% of humans who live a life, right? Like, we're moms, we're dads, we're, you know, in college, like whatever it is, like it's really difficult to follow. And then there's people who they literally cannot follow a ketogenic diet. Maybe it's because like I know people that have had their gallbladder removed and they cannot process fat correctly. Their body has a hard time digesting it, so they can't even follow a ketogenic diet. They can't do the high fat for that reason. Or for some people, because it takes like different levels of fat in your body to get into ketosis, like maybe the amount of fat puts them at their calorie range like way higher than what they need. And so like losing weight is really not an option. So that is why this was legitimately created. It wasn't created so that you can sit down and eat donuts and drink your ketones and be like, I still got abs when I woke up, right? But it was created so that people of different backgrounds, like whatever is going on in their life, that they can still get all of the benefits of ketosis while being normal, living their life, and doing things like that. So like that is the biggest thing, right? Like, I am a mom. I follow ketogenic diet. I do low carb, high fat. I'm all about it. But this last weekend we went out for our anniversary and I had chips, and you know what? I'm not going to feel bad about it because it's okay. Had I been back in April when I was doing this, I would be starting from day one, from scratch, and starting all over again. And so when we talk about it and we talk about this magical elixir, which it is, guys, like it's absolutely amazing. What we're saying is it's not a Band-Aid. it is not a carb blocker. I've heard that floating around that it's just a carb blocker. Like that's not even what it does. Like if you drink this and then follow it up with pizza, donuts, and like I don't know, like a keg of beer, like you're still going to be able to get knocked out of ketosis, right? All it does is something that raises the ketone levels in your blood to put you into a state of ketosis. Like it makes your body run on a primary fuel source that it should be running on, which is why we have the mental clarity, which is why we have the fat burning, which is why we have this amazing energy that lasts and is sustained throughout the day. There's like, because of all of this, it reduces inflammation. Like there's so many things, and I'm not making medical claims. This is like own personal experience that I am sharing from. And so it's not meant to be a quick fix, because it's not a quick fix. It's still difficult to cut out carbs. It's still a hard road. People still are like changing their lifestyles. Like the women in my group, they're changing their lifestyles while adding this in, and it's still something that's difficult. So like it's not a cover-up. It's not a cover-up. So when I hear quick fix and I hear Band-Aid, like I do get a little perturbed by it, because like the medical field is so behind this, and it's growing, and the conversation of these are growing, and they're growing fast, and it's spreading fast. And there's a reason, because it's like just revolutionary technology, because we are in 2017. And while, yes, you don't need them to get into ketosis, you can do all of the XYZ that I just stated, and you can test and you can trial for months, and then you can have one tiny slip up and get completely knocked out, and you can like whatever, that's okay, and that's fine. But there's also other things that came out that people were probably like I said before, protein shakes. Like I don't remember anyone talking about protein shakes being like a quick fix. However, I could go do a really hard workout, and then I could eat like the perfect amount of like protein and carbs after, and put my body in a lean muscle recovery, right? But a protein shake is easier. It does it for you. It makes it fast. Not a quick fix. If I needed extra energy boost before my workout, I could have drank like I could have drank a cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee. Or I could have done a scoop of pre-workout, right? Pre-workout isn't a quick fix. It's just something that makes our life easier. If I wanted to fuel my bodies with vitamins and probiotics and superfoods, I could have gone to Whole Foods and I purchased all of those things, and it might have been more expensive, whatever it was. And I could have thrown it into a blender and blended it every day, measuring everything out. Or I could have drank a superfood shake. It was easier, right? This is where technology comes in, and science comes in, and research comes in, is that it's just a supplement to aid in the process of getting into ketosis, whether it's for children who are suffering with epilepsy, which is a reason that this was created, whether it's for the Navy SEALs or the like NASA, who are the people like Department of Defense and NASA, like they're the science behind and the formula and this product, whether it is for children that are suffering oh my goodness, with Asperger's, people that are suffering with Alzheimer's, like people with autoimmune, like there's different reasons for why people are drinking this. And it's not just like, I just want to lose fat and this is the easy way out, because it's not. Ask anybody in my group, ask any of the people that I'm talking to, like no one is using this as a quick fix or a cover up. It's just this revolutionary technology that is coming out, because it's never easy to eat healthy all the time, right? And so this just is a way to help that. And so when I hear people talk about it and they tell you like the misinformation behind it, it kind of, it irks me a little bit, because honestly, guys, like I still am such a, I am a promoter at Prove It, but I am a promoter of health, and I am promoter of wellness and fitness. And whether people are drinking this and getting the energy to start working out for the first time, as I have some amazing people in my group that are doing, whether people are drinking this to give themselves the energy that they need if they're battling a disease or battling illness of some sort, right? Which I also have. We have cancer survivors in our group who are huge supporters of this. I have people in the medical field who are in my group that are huge supporters of this, people that are nutrition experts. Like, this isn't just drink this, lose weight. It's never going to be that way. It is legitimately like one of the most advanced science or technology for our health and wellness right now. And it blows my mind. And I have done a complete 180 because I was sitting on the other side of this video at one point watching someone talk about like ketones, and I remember being like, well, you don't need to, I could just follow a keto diet and get into ketosis. Well, it wasn't that easy. And I never felt this way. So that is where this all comes in. So are you guys following a keto diet? So I'm just gonna throw some questions out there because I see like a lot of people are like on, say hi. But like, if you guys have questions about the keto diet, if you're following low carb or high fat, if you're wondering what the ketones are, legitimately, I have a few more of my 10 days that I have sitting there that are left. I am leaving town Wednesday and I'm not going to be back for like 2 weeks, guys. So I'm not going to be sending any out after that. So like, this is your last chance to get in. And try this supplement like that legitimately is disrupting the conversation on health and fitness right now. With celebrity athletes and like I said, the medical field, doctors, scientists, all getting behind this product and trying it and spreading the word, because the benefits are not like, look at me, I have abs. The benefits are go far beyond all of that, guys. So shoot me a message, drop a comment. If you guys have questions, drop it in this right here and we can totally chat. I'm totally up for talking with everybody. And I think I hear Griff awake. So I hope you guys are having a great Monday. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.